Hey guys, it's me, 80s for today guys. We're going to be talking to you guys about the World Cup qualifiers for the CAF region for Africa, guys. So we're going to go ahead and look at the final match days. Now, I believe some nations have already qualified to the final match of to the final round anyway. So we're instead of discussing about their matches, we'll just discuss about what do I feel like and whether they'll make it through the playoffs. Okay, so without further ado, let's go and get started. So remember, guys, also make sure you guys, before we start this video, guys, I want you guys to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, guys. I greatly appreciate the support. And not only subscribe, guys, I also want you guys to like this video as well. That helps algorithm a lot. And make sure you guys comment on the video for retention. And I want you guys to also turn your notifications on for all notifications whenever I go live stream, whenever I upload a video. Basically, whenever I post anything on the channel, you guys will get notified instantly. So it'll be very, very convenient, especially when I go for streaming. By the way, guys, I will have a stream on the channel next Thursday. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. It's a USA versus Mexico game. And also, I want you guys to check out the platforms listed in the description below. So with that introduction out of the way, let's go ahead and get started with the groups. So Group A, guys. Let's start with Group A. This is a pretty tightly contested group. It's basically between Algeria and Burkina Faso. It was always going to be between these two nations. Niger, Djibouti, never really in contention, and they've already been eliminated as well. So basically, they're playing. There's nothing to play for them. So basically, it's going to come down to Algeria, Burkina Faso. Now, Algeria and Burkina Faso do play on the final match, and you can see right there, Algeria, they travel away to Djibouti, Burkina Faso play Niger at home. I expect both of the nations to get the 3 points, and I expect both to put the pressure on for the final match. The final match is going to take place in the group as Algeria versus Burkina Faso. Because Algeria have a superior goal difference compared to Burkina Faso, it gives Algeria a huge advantage and puts them in a driving seat. Okay, so keep in mind, guys, that goal difference is going to be key. Unless Burkina Faso somehow miraculously win 10-0 against, let's say, Niger at home, which I don't think they will, then there is really Burkina Faso have to win the final match day. They have to win the final match day away at Algeria, and it's gonna be very interesting to see whether they'll do it or not. I think Algeria will actually rise to the challenge, and I think they'll at least pick up a win, at least pick up a draw. I'm gonna say Algeria beat Burkina Faso, to be honest with you guys, and I think Algeria directly qualify to the third round. So it's 16 points, guys, 16 points. Okay, so yeah, man, 35 goals been scored, 8 matches. Islam Silmani is how goal scorer for them. Very good player indeed. He plays for Lyon, which is nice. And of course, we had Mars 4 goals and Tapsoba with 4 goals. And it's interesting, right? Abdul Tapsoba. So yeah, plays for Standard League. You know. So yeah, let's move on next to Group B, guys. Group B, guys. Now, Group B is interesting because Martinia is already eliminated. Now, Zambia do have an outside chance to maybe contend for that top spot. However, it is going to be very difficult because they need results to go in their way. They need to beat their next 2 opponents, and they have to somehow do it by huge margins. It's probably unlikely. Okay, so we're gonna have Zambia versus Martinia. That's gonna be a very big match. Zambia have to win that match. With Martinia basically eliminated, Zambia should win that. And the Equatorial Guinea versus Tunisia. I think Tunisia will win this match, even though, I think Tunisia will win this match despite the fact they're on the road. Okay. And then for the final match day, it's going to take place there: Tunisia versus Zambia and Martinia versus Equatorial Guinea. Obviously, Equatorial Guinea versus Martinia doesn't even matter. Equatorial Guinea, I think, will win that. And then Tunisia versus Zambia, I think Tunisia will win this match. It's a fact that it's a home game for them. I think will be big. And Tunisia, I think, will top the group with around 16 points. And I think Equatorial Guinea, I think they'll pick up. I think they'll pick up 3 points, which will mean they'll finish second with 10 points. And Zambia, I think they'll beat Martinia, and I think I think it's going to be 16, 10, 7, and 1. So, very interesting indeed. And Tunisia draw points to Martinia at the bottom of the group away from home. So, interesting there. So, yeah, you can see right there, Wabi Kazari has been the top goal scorer for Tunisia. He plays for Set Etienne. So, yeah, as I said, I think it's a straightforward group for Tunisia here. They have a massive goal difference, and they don't even need to win their final match, which is against Zambia, right? So, it's going to be at home, so they don't even need to win that final match. They just need to at least get a draw, I believe, and they'll be good to go and qualify directly. So, qualify to the third round. I keep saying directly, but it's third round, guys. Third round. Group C, guys. Now, Group C is very interesting here. Very interesting indeed, because this group may not be as straightforward as we believe. And of course, guys, Nigeria, guys, it is one of the most talented nations on from Africa, and they have a lot of issues with their coach Roher, with their coach, and there's a lot of uncivil arrest and all this kind of stuff. And I didn't even see their Nigeria for this World Cup qualifiers. They recalled someone up. They called Abigalo, despite the fact he'd been retired from the national team. The fact that someone retired from the national team and still getting picked is just mind-boggling to me. Anyhow, this is gonna be a big one. This is gonna be big for Nigeria here, and that this will be huge because Liberia's out. Liberia's out with 3 points. They ain't gonna make it. They ain't qualifying. It's done for them. Central African Republic and Cape Verde Island are still in this, guys. They still have some hopes. And Nigeria, they have to do the job. So Nigeria, they play against Liberia away, which they should win. Liberia is basically eliminated. There should be no reason Nigeria should drop points. So Nigeria will be on 12 points. I think Cape Verde Island versus Central African Republic, this will be a big one for Cape Verde because if they manage to win this one, it puts a pressure on for that final match day. So you can see the Cape Verde versus Central African Republic. The last time the two nations met, it was a draw. I think, guys, part of me really wants Cape Verde Island just to win, just to make this group interesting. But realistically, guys, I think I'm going to have to stick a draw. I think a draw I'm going to have to go with. So Nigeria will go 12. Cape Verde Island will be 8 and then 5. And then, Nigeria then top the group. But let's just say for argument's sake, Cape Verde Island do win that match. It puts pressure on for the final match, in which Nigeria just needs to get a draw in to secure their spot. So it's going to be interesting. So Cape Verde Island, if they could win that match, imagine let's say Central African Republic wins, right? Then that puts them at 7 points. So then you have a 9-7-7. Okay. Well, then 12-7-7-3. Oh, wait, I just realized. Never mind. So the only way it will come down to the final match day is if Cape Verde Island wins. If Cape Verde Island do not win and Nigeria wins against Liberia away, then Nigeria qualifies to the third round. So it's going to be interesting. So, yeah, let's just say. I think it's going to end in a draw. I think Cape Verde Island versus Central African Republic will end in a draw. And as you can see, the time slot, 15 o'clock, it's going to actually come. This game will happen first. So Nigeria will know Nigeria will know the result of this, and as long as they win their final match, win their penultimate match, they'll be good to go. So it's going to be interesting. And then of course the final match you got Nigeria versus Cape Verde Island. This is going to determine the top spot. Obviously, as we all know, Nigeria they did beat Cape Verde Island away, 2-1. After having to make a comeback here. So it's going to be interesting for Nigeria here. Can they get the job done? And Liberia, Central African Republic, that's basically dead rubber for Liberia. Basically nothing to play for. So let's just say Central African Republic wins, which I think they'll win. Then Nigeria, let's say the game ends in a draw. Nigeria versus Cape Verde Island. Let's just say for argument's sake it ends in a draw. That would mean that Nigeria would be on 13 points. And then Central African Republic, let's just say they draw and get a win. That'll put them at 8. And then Cape Verde Island, let's say they draw this one and get a draw here. Right? So that'll be 2. So 13 and 9. Actually, it'll be 13. 9 and 8 and then 3. So it's going to be interesting. So keep an eye upon this group, guys. I think there could be a potential shock in this group. I still believe Nigeria will qualify by default, regardless of the issues they have going on the federation, all that, the player stuff. I still think Nigeria will qualify to the third round, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Nigeria miss out. And if Nigeria do miss out, guys, that'll be a big casualty from Africa, guys. And of course, guys, it's gonna be interesting. So let's look at the top goal scorer in this group. It's Kelechi Iheanacho, 2 goals, and Victor Osimhen, 2 goals. They've been amazing for Leicester City and Napoli, respectively. So man, great stuff indeed. Moving on to Group D, guys. Group D is a very interesting one as well. We have Ivory Coast and Cameroon. Malawi, Mozambique are eliminated with 3-1 respectively. It's going to come down to the Ivory Coast versus the Cameroon game. That's going to basically determine the top spot in this group. Now, I originally predicted Ivory Coast, I believe, to top this group, and they are looking like they'll do so. However, they did draw one of their matches. They draw their opening match, which I think could come back to bite them in the end. So let's go ahead and look at the remaining games. So Ivory Coast, Malawi versus Cameroon. I think Cameroon's going to win that. Ivory Coast is going to win that. So it puts the pressure on. So 13 and then 12. Then comes the final match day. Ivory Coast, Cameroon have to beat Ivory Coast at home to qualify to top this group. Whereas Ivory Coast needs to get a draw. to secure the top spot or a win. Obviously, a win would do it, but a draw would be more than enough. And assuming both the nations win, imagine a scenario where we see this. Just let's just say, for argument's sake, I'm just entertaining this idea. Let's just say Cameroon win their match and Ivory Coast draws. That puts Cameroon on 12 points and Ivory Coast on 11. Then it flips the scenario. It flips the table where basically Ivory Coast have to win away and Cameroon could afford a draw. So it's going to be interesting. So Ivory Coast and Cameroon. I hope the two nations do win their match to make that final match day at least to keep it competitive. I mean, it's going to be competitive regardless, you know. But I mean, like, I want that final match to determine the nation that qualifies, you know. And so yeah, it's gonna be interesting, guys. So Cameroon versus Ivory Coast. I think it's gonna end in a draw. I think that's gonna end in a draw, and I think Ivory Coast will have enough to top the group. So that will put Ivory Coast on how many points? Yeah, that would put them on 4 points, and that would be 14. And then Cameroon would be on 13. So Ivory Coast would just about edge through. And yeah, and then Malawi with 3 and Mozambique with 1. So yeah, obviously Ivory Coast, their best player in this group, best top goal scorers made, and Choupo-Moting for Cameroon and Sebastian Haller, you know. And yeah, I think it's gonna be very, very big. And Kessie as well, obviously. Kessie, Haller, Nicolas Pepe. Ivory Coast have to step up, man. They have to get a draw and a win against Cameroon and against Mozambique, which I think they should be able to do so. Moving on to Group E, guys. Group E, guys. What an interesting group. We have Mali, Uganda. That's battling out for that top spot. I think Kenya, Rwanda, they're obviously eliminated. There's no chance they can qualify. Let's look at that match between Mali and Uganda. Now, Uganda versus Kenya. I think Uganda will win against Kenya, and I think Mali will win against Rwanda. Okay? So that puts them on 13 and 11 points. Then it comes down to the final match between Mali, Uganda, Kenya versus Rwanda. Now, I believe, let me see, 13 and 11. Okay. So, Uganda have to basically beat Mali away from home to secure that top spot. Whereas Mali, they can afford a draw. You look at the last time the two nations met in the qualifiers, it was the first match day, actually. Second match day, my bad. And they actually drew 0-0. So, let's just see, guys. Let's see. I personally believe that it's going to be another draw. Or Mali might actually win this. You know what? I'm going to say Mali win this because they're playing at home. Because they're playing at home, I think Mali will win. But I wouldn't be surprised if it ends in a draw. I think Mali will win 1-0. So Mali will top the group with, I believe, how many points? 16 points. Uganda will come second with 11 points. And yeah, Uganda, man, a valiant effort indeed. And yeah, Mali, it's going to be difficult. And I would like for them to qualify. And I think this is the best chance we have for a debutant to that World Cup, you know, because I think this is a really good group, guys. This is a really nice group. You know, Ibrahim Kone has been the top goal scorer for them. He plays for Strasbourg 08. I believe that's probably one of the local teams. And what is it? Mali. So yeah, very interesting group. Keep an eye upon this group. This group could also be interesting as well, especially that final match day. Then we move on to Group F, guys. Group F. Egypt, Libya, Gabon, Angola. Angola is out. Angola cannot win this, guys. Angola cannot qualify. Gabon have been disappointing, guys. I have been very disappointed in Gabon. They have been super disappointing. With Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and your team and the amount of talent you have, they have been super underwhelming. I have been really, really not impressed with them. They have been one of the most disappointing teams in the qualifiers. And as for Libya, they've been really good. I've been impressed with. They have done a great job. You know, and they did. They gave Egypt a good fight until obviously Egypt won 3-0. I think the managerial change for Egypt has made things a bit interesting. I think Egypt can now finally play as a team and not be reliant on Salah as they were in the past. Because you see in the qualifiers right here, Salah hasn't scored for Egypt. Salah has not scored for Egypt. And obviously that is very interesting because we know Salah has been amazing for Liverpool. We know what he's done for Liverpool. And I just think that it's good to see this Egypt team be balanced. Because one of the things about Egypt they've always struggled with is always being reliant on Salah. That's always something that's been one of their biggest issues in the past. It looks like they have finally figured out how to fix that, and I feel like this is now a good time. Anyways, so they're now they have 2 matches left. They have Angola on the road, which they should win because Angola is basically out. And then they have Gabon at home. I think Egypt will top this. I think Egypt will top. Gabon have been disappointing, And yeah, I think Egypt will top the group with is a 16 points, and then I think Gabon versus Libya. I will say Libya win because Gabon have been bad, so it puts at 9 points. So let's just say that Egypt do beat Angola and Libya beat Gabon because I don't think Gabon's gonna beat Libya. Okay, then that puts Egypt on 12. I mean 13, and then Libya on 9. Oh, then yeah, it's over. Then Egypt would top the group. So I think Egypt, yeah, actually I think they have directly. No, not just you. Like Egypt just need one more win to secure the final round. And so yeah, if they can beat Angola on the road, which they really should, then they'll basically top the group. So it won't even come down to the final match day. It won't even come down to the final match day. But let's just entertain the idea that Egypt do draw points. Let's say they draw. Okay, I'm just putting this out there. It's probably not going to happen, but let's just say it happens, right? Egypt draws to Angola, right? Then it's going to put Egypt on 11 points, and then it puts Angola on 4. And then Libya, let's say they beat Gabon, right? Libya would put themselves on a 9. And then it comes down to the final match, where Egypt have to basically get at least a draw against Gabon, and then Libya could just beat Angola. So let's just say Libya get 6 points, right? Then that puts Libya on 12. Then if Egypt can, actually, Egypt would then have to win. Egypt would then have to beat Gabon at home. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought a draw would be enough, but no, Egypt have to beat Gabon at home if Libya beat both nations. So honestly, I just don't think it's going to happen. I think Egypt will just top. I think Egypt will top with 16, and I think Libya will come in second with 12 points. So I think Libya, they've done a great job. They've done the best they could. And to be fair, I think the game at home against Egypt was just going to be a tough game for them. You know, so yeah, I think the fact they got Egypt back to back really screwed them up. I think if they had Egypt on the final match day, things would have been a lot more interesting. But it is what it is. And so yeah, Mustafi Mohammed has been the top goal scorer for Egypt. He plays for Galatasaray, so it's interesting there. Well, he's actually on loan from Zamalek, by the way. So yeah, interesting there. Moving on to Group G, guys. Group G, guys. We have our very interesting group. Now, this is a group that I am actually a bit surprised with. This is one of the few groups I think I have made a wrong prediction so far, and that I predicted Ghana would top the group. However, it is looking like South Africa might actually do so. So yeah, let's go look at the group. So so Ethiopia versus Ghana. I think Ethiopia versus Ghana. I'm gonna say Ghana should win because Ethiopia is basically eliminated. Yeah, Ethiopia is eliminated, so they should win. So let's just say Ghana and South Africa win just to make the group competitive. Then it'll be 13 and 12. Then it comes down to the final match day, where Ghana have to beat South Africa at home to basically secure that top spot. Ghana, man. I don't know, man. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. Thomas Partey, obviously one of the key players for them. Obviously for South Africa, you got Makagopi. It's a tough one, man. Can I see Ghana beating South Africa on the final match day? With everything dependent on it. Because Ghana have to win, basically. Because if Ghana wins, let's say Ghana wins 6 points, and South Africa 4 points. Or South Africa 3 points. Then it will put 15. Wow, then yes. Wow, 13. So, yeah, as I said, so, it's going to be interesting. So, 13 and 12. And yeah, South Africa just needs a draw to top the group. So, yeah, then it would be on 14 and then 13. Yeah. Honestly, I have no idea, guys. It's so hard to predict this one. Ghana versus South Africa is a tough one to predict. I might say a draw, guys. I might have to say a draw. I'll say a draw, guys. I'll say a draw. But obviously, I want Ghana to win for my prediction's sake. But, man, it's going to be interesting. So, I'm going to say a draw, guys. I'm going to say a 0-0 draw. And that eliminates Ghana and puts South Africa in the final round. So, yeah, interesting stuff indeed. Interesting stuff. And yeah, that win against Ethiopia, man, on the road, the own goal. Yeah, that was a big win they had. South Africa won against Ghana 1-0, 83rd minute. And yeah, that win is going to be big. Thomas Partey has been Ghana's best player and best player for South Africa. It's been kind of balanced. You got Balko, Hogani, Makpui, Marini, Meveli. So yeah. Yeah, honestly, I'm a bit disappointed in Ghana. I thought Ghana would do a lot better, but hey, that is what it is. Anyways, moving on to Group H, guys. Now, this group is already decided, guys. Everything has been decided. Senegal have topped the group officially. There's really nothing to discuss about this group. So we're just not going to really discuss too much about it, but I will give my thoughts on how Senegal will do in the third round. Senegal, man, I think Senegal should qualify. I think they're one of the nations that I have that will qualify regardless of whichever nation they face in the playoffs. Now, keep in mind, guys, Africa is very volatile. We know that anything can happen, so I wouldn't be surprised if don't Senegal missing wouldn't be it would be a shock. I think Senegal should qualify to the World Cup. And so, yeah, let's just see. I think Senegal will do it, guys. Let's see the top goal scorer for Senegal in this group. It's been Verde, which is interesting. I saw he scored a hat trick one of these games. I think it was against Zambia. And Sadio Mane with 3 goals, very important player for them. And, yeah, very good team, guys. Very good team of Senegal. And I hope they can qualify directly. That would be nice. Moving on to the next group, we got Group I of Morocco. Morocco has been another amazing team. They've had almost a perfect record in the sense they actually have a perfect record, but they have conceded 1 goal. And yeah, Morocco, man, they are going to qualify to the third round. As I predicted, I knew they were always going to come out top this group by default. I always knew they were going to do so. And yeah, I'm a bit disappointed with, actually, never mind. Yeah, I think it's a good, valiant effort on Morocco's part. And yeah, Morocco, man, really good. Abu Abi, one of their best players, had to score. And yeah, Ziyech Hakimi as well. Hakimi's birthday is today, by the way, so I want to wish him a happy birthday. And yeah, man, so yeah, Morocco, man, I think they'll qualify to the World Cup as well. I think they will. I'm pretty confident of them. I'm pretty confident of them. So Group J, I think we have, this is the final group we have, guys. Group J, guys. Now, this is an interesting group, guys. This is probably the most open group we have in the World Cup qualifiers as far as the CAF region is concerned. And yeah, guys, let's discuss about this group. Wow, I'm a bit disappointed with DR Congo. Not gonna lie, guys. I thought DR Congo would do a lot better than this, and they're third right now in the group. That is very disappointing with DR Congo. I expected a lot more from them. I think they were my pick to top this group, and yet they've been disappointing. They have been disappointing indeed. And you can see all nations are still alive, guys. All nations are still alive. It's a very interesting group indeed. So let's discuss about this, guys. Let's discuss. Oh man. I'm pretty shocked to see how this group has turned around, guys. This is a very open group, guys. None of these nations qualify to the AFCON, by the way, just so you guys know. So let's start with, let's predict the next game. So we have Tanzania versus DR Congo. Part of me really wants DR Congo to win, just to make this group very fascinating. However, I have to say that it's going to be a rough task for DR Congo because, as I said, they've had too many draws. And I think that draw they had against Tanzania at home could ultimately bite them in the end. DR Congo have to win. DR Congo have to win if they are really serious because, as I said, if DR Congo wins both of their matches, they'll put them on 11 points. Okay? And then for Tanzania, so DR Congo could still top the group, guys. DR Congo can still top. I don't know about this one, guys. This is a tough one to call. Guys. Tanzania versus DR Congo. I'm going to say it ends in a draw. Another draw, guys. A 1-1 draw. Bannon versus Madagascar. Now, Bannon actually won the reverse game. 1-0 earlier in the road. So I think Bannon should win this one. So, yeah, I think Bannon will win. So that puts Bannon... Let's look at the points. So Tanzania would be on 8. Bannon would be on 10, actually. And DR Congo will be on 6. And then the Madagascar will remain on 3. And the DR Congo versus Bannon, that could probably decide in everything. And so DR Congo versus Bannon, I think... You see Bannon and DR Congo. I'm going to say another draw. Guys. I'm going to play it safe, guys. Play it safe. Okay? And yeah, so I think DR Congo versus Bannon will end in a draw, meaning that DR Congo would be on 7 points, and then Bannon would be on 11 points. And then Madagascar versus Tanzania, I think Tanzania will win that. So that puts them on 10. So it would be 11, 10, and then 7. So Tanzania would still top. Yeah, Tanzania would still top. So, yeah, man, this is a tough one to call. You see how close this group is, and the goal difference for all 3 of these nations are the same. I think Madagascar, despite the fact they're still alive, I think Madagascar will lose out. I don't think Madagascar are doing this, guys. I think Madagascar will be eliminated, guys. But as I said, they did pick up a big win against DR Congo in the first minute. They scored in the first minute. Wow. So yeah, man, this is a very tough group. This is a very tough group to call. As if I had to change my prediction, I go according to how I feel. I'm gonna have to say Tanzania. I think will top, but I would love to see Benin or actually, to be honest, I don't really mind any of these nations. I think any of these nations in the final round would be nice. So this is a really tough one, guys. A really tough group indeed. I want you guys to comment below this group in particular. I think this is the most competitive group we have. So that's it for the Africa World Cup qualifiers, guys. Just want to give a quick update, just looking at the final 2 match days. As I said, I've only went with the ones that are significant. So, as I said, there were some groups we didn't go over in depth because, as I said, the groups were already decided. So, Congo, he's the top goal scorer for Dr Congo. He plays for Kuwait Premier League side. So, yeah, as I said, that's pretty much it. So, I hope you guys do enjoy it, guys. Remember, guys, to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out the description for my Twitter, Discord, and my email and my Twitch. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.